I've never talked I've not talked to a diesel in a long time. So hopefully this goes well. So while his brother Alex got to talk to Tornado, Alex's brother Justin was preparing to talk to D199, aka Ted, who is the newest diesel that has just arrived on the Gmod railway. Alright. If he starts insulting me, I'll throw whatever I've got at him if he insults me. And hopefully I won't piss him off, because a diesel like him can easily be just that. Howdy there, Ted. D199. What do you want, old timer? Hey, you better watch your language, boy. Otherwise, Mr. Freeman will threaten you as spam can. Do you want that to happen again, boy? Wait. Justin? I'm so sorry. I did not know that it was you. Oh, it's alright. Anyway, I came here because I was curious about you. I have been hearing a lot about you because I hear that you're one of the last Class 37 diesels that are still left operating. Now, when I first heard your horn, it sounded like a trumpet on steroids. Now, was it true that your kind took over most of the express lines that steam once ran through? Oh yes, we Class 37s and the rest of the other British class diesels took over almost every single railway in Britain, including the Flying Scotsmans as well as the LNERs, of which in 1941 became British Railways, which is still British Railways to this day. And to this day, and how old are you? I'm around the same age as my brother, 148 years old. You? I'm around 60 years old. You're way younger than I am, because I remember when I was young. Speak for yourself, Justin. Two rights. Anyway, have you ever had any, hilarious moments of where you tried to do something right, but it didn't turn out correctly? I do remember the one time of when I tried to pull some tall wagons, well, black tank wagons, and my driver, well, I told my driver to get the fuel out of them, and he then said, it smells like paint, so I told him, so it must be fuel, just put it in so that I can get this delivered. And then he poured 20 or 50 buckets of it into my tanks, but as I tried to move, I started smoking like mad, and then after that, I started to hallucinate and see things that were not there. And when he turned me off, smoke spluttered everywhere, and you will not believe of what was inside those tankers. So, if it wasn't fuel, then what exactly was inside those tankers? Beer. Beer? Well, that's kind of a funny thing to put in a diesel engine's fuel tanks. I mean, well, putting oil in a diesel engine fuel tank would be unsettling, but putting beer in the fuel tank of a diesel like you. Oh, that is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in a long time. And man, you must have been so embarrassed that you nearly that it mainly made your wheels fall. Oh, that must have been the most humiliating time of your life. That was the most embarrassing moment of my life. Absolutely insulting, humiliating, and indignified for an engine like me. Hey, don't you get started on that again, spam can. Alright, settle down. Ugh. Well, you got anger problems. Ugh. I know. It's just been a while since I've turned a wheel. Wait. Were you held up in a shed for a certain period of time? You could say that. But I was sidelined from service for the next 45 years, as far as I can remember. But when the time came of when more advanced diesels started coming about and taking my jobs, that was nearly the end of me. But until the society in England took me in and preserved me, and now that I'm here, I won't have to hear the constant bragging of the other engines over there. Tell me about it. So, do you have any hilarious moments from your life? Cause I could use a laugh to lift my spirits. Oh, I'm an old engine, and I got many tales to tell. You mean like how Salty has lots of tales? Oh yeah, but a wise old engine like me has plenty of stories to lift your spirits. Now, let me think. As far as I can remember, I believe it was around the time of when I made my first run. Well, actually, when I went back to Texas about a few months ago. It was so I was going down the line, that new line of mine, of which one day it rained so much that my line was nearly flooded, but I kept pumping all across those tracks, and that water was so cold I thought my wheels would freeze. But somehow I hit a tiny stone that I ran over, cracked it, and my fireman fell off my foot plate, and he fell straight into the water, all soaked. And as it turns out, that water was muddy water. Oh my God, that must have been terrible. It wasn't exactly terrible, but man, he was as dirty and muddy as a little 5-year-old Tyler playing in the mud. As far as I can remember from seeing Tyler's getting muddy in the mud, but man, he was so filthy. He was like a pig on a bright sunny Sunday. You old-timers sure do love to live other spirits. Touche, Ted. And I'm sorry if I called you spam can, but I just think it was time to put you in your place and make you change your ways. And, well, you know what, Justin? I think you did just that. Because an old engine like you has a lot of tips and stories to tell others whenever they are in a predicament. Too right, D1. Huh. Too right, D199. Too right.